立法會主席。
梁繼昌議員。
Mr. President, I'm here to speak to give my support to the resumption of second reading of the Judicial Officers Extension of Retirement Age Amendment Bill 2019. As we all know, Hong Kong is a unique place to provide legal service to international business community. The reason why I say this place is unique because we have developed a bilingual judicial system which is unparalleled in other parts of the world. Now, I'm not just talking about this based on the fact that we are the prime arbitration center for commercial disputes in Asia, but also the fact that if more international companies choose Hong Kong law as the governing law and the governing jurisdiction under Hong Kong courts, that would mean Hong Kong's legal business community and the professional services sector as a whole will benefit from this choice of law. The independent judiciary is a spine of our rule of law, and this necessarily entails enough good quality trained judiciary to fill the vacancies. Now, the supply of top quality common law judges is a problem in many common law jurisdictions, not just mentioning Hong Kong. The supply and demand for judges are great, but there are two factors which would affect the attractiveness of the bench. First of all, the prestige of the bench. Secondly, the benefits we are going to reward these legal practitioners, many of whom are very experienced lawyers who have given up a very lucrative professional job to take on the bench. Now, of course, this bill, which extends, among other things, which extends the retirement age of the top court judges, put us on par with the arrangements for many other common law jurisdictions, including the United Kingdom, New Zealand, and Australia. And the main crunch of this bill extends the retirement age of the High Court judges, Court of Appeal judges, and Court of Appeal judges, and the final Court of Appeal judges to 70. And in some circumstances, this statutory retirement age could further be extended. Now, taking the 2 points I've mentioned about the prestige of joining the bench and the benefits. Now, one of the very key components of good judiciary is independence of the judiciary. Now, in the past 22 years after the return of sovereignty to China, Hong Kong's judiciary remained independent, but this, very good quality is coming to a lot of encroachments, especially when judges have been criticized in many media by key opinion leaders, politicians, columnists, etc. I think to be a judge, to be living this life, a judge leads a very low-profile life. He or she has a very high standard to observe, not just not to make comments in public about current affairs, but his social life, personal life, family life has to be very low-key. And in return for that, we will have a very respectable and prestigious judiciary. That is the key point. Now, of course, talking about benefits, that will include the tenure of judges. And like most common law jurisdictions, the tenure of judges in Hong Kong are guaranteed lifelong, of course, unless the particular judge has committed a very serious misconduct. Now, normally speaking, the judges in this jurisdiction is for life. Now, having fixed the benefits and the tenure of the judges is one thing, and to maintain the independence, integrity, and the prestige of the bench is another. Now, most recently, I've read a very alarming report prepared by the Foreign Affairs Committee of House Commons of the UK concerning British judges' role in Hong Kong's top court. And the headline is they are very concerned about the erosion or the perceived erosion of the one country, two system. And of course, the Foreign Affairs Committee of the UK Parliament is also very concerned about how the recent crisis has been handled by the government, and which will lead to the actual or perceived erosion of the one country, two system, and hence the independence of the judiciary. And the committee also further recommends that there should be a coordinated response from the UK, Australian, and Canadian government. And my understanding is that these common law jurisdictions also supply the judges, the overseas non-permanent judges of our top court, the CFA. Now, this is quite alarming, Mr. President, as you know, the committee has pointed out. The recent incidents, of course, have been quoted by many of my colleagues that it is a demonstration of the erosion of the rule of law. But I totally disagree with this point, because these are incidents of breaking the law, but these are not incidents of breaking the rule of law. The rule of law, as mentioned by my learned friend Regina Ip in this chamber, meant a lot of things. It means an independent judiciary. It means accessible to independent legal representation at an affordable cost. It meant equality treatment of all people before the court. Of course, it also means a system of law which affords basic protection to human rights. These are the core values enlisted by the Honorable Lord Bingham in his very famous book, The Rule of Law, which I have read many times. Now, we have to distinguish carefully between breaking the law itself and
梁繼昌議員，頭先郭榮鏗議員提醒我咧，就話有好多議員咧都離開咗呢個辯論。我哋今次嘅辯論咧就係講2019年司法人員延展退休年齡。我亦都係聽咗你係好耐咧，都係離開呢個題目。請你翻返嚟呢個題目。
Okay, the supply of the judiciary. I have talked about, 2 points, which I think, Mr. President, you have totally missed my point, because 2 points will increase the supply of judiciary to this city. One is the benefits and tenure of the bench. And the second more important point I have mentioned is about the integrity and prestige of serving on the bench, which you have totally missed the point. And thirdly, now I come to increasing the supply of, experienced lawyers joining the bench, which is more of a problem, because as you know, and as also mentioned by my many learned friends, that once you become a judge, you cannot go back to private practice. And it is a lifelong commitment, and you have to lead a very quiet life being a judge in the High Court. Now, there are 2 criticisms about the supply chain. I shouldn't say supply chain because it is a bit degrading. The supply of good quality lawyers to fill the bench. Mainly in this city, there are, 1, too much protectionism to enter the profession. Now, for example, if you're a graduate you're a graduate of first class honor holder from Cambridge or Oxford, when you come to practice or when you come to enroll the PCLL course in this city, and only 3 universities here offer the PCL postgraduate certificate in law courses, still, you have to go through quite a ridiculous conversion course. And I have to say, I have to declare my interest because one of my children is pursuing a law degree and is becoming a lawyer soon. But despite that fact that even a first-class graduate from a first-class university.
梁繼昌議員，我覺得你離題啦，因為我哋唔係講緊 PCLL 嘅。
Well, I'm talking about the supply.
我哋而家係講緊2019年司法人員延展退休年齡嘅。請你翻嚟呢個題目好嘛
？This piece of bill itself is not sufficient to deal with the supply of the judiciary in this city, because merely extending the legal retirement age will solve the immediate problem, but not the long-term problem of filling the judiciary. And we have to remove many of the artificial protectionism to enter the legal profession. Okay, of course. I mean, I think, Mr. President, you have been using two yardsticks, because as we remember, you have allowed people to speak on all subjects.
梁繼昌議員，你係指控我係用兩把尺，係咪？
You ruled about the tax concession bill and this bill.
你係咪指控我係用兩把尺？我希望你收回呢樣嘢。
No, I'm not withdrawing these comments, Mr. President. Because
因為今日呢個辯論呢，我係用同一把尺，我亦都係提醒你，你係遠離咗。請你翻嚟，亦都係收回你嘅指控。
I'm not withdrawing that comment. It's not an allegation.
如果你唔收回你嘅指控呢，我就會需要裁決。
You're ruling on what? I'm not asking you for a ruling, because I'm speaking on my bill, and I said the increase in supply of lawyers.
因為你係指控我，請你收回你嘅指控。
I am saying the yardstick of your treatment on the tax concession bill and this bill is different. Is it an allegation? I do not think it's an allegation. I'm stating a fact.
會議現在暫停。